Wache,
Ani.
Bojo. Welcome to today's episode of Jiibaakwe Daa. And today is a very special episode. Why is that?
Well, today is our very first live stream. So we're going to cook on camera with no mistakes, no burning, no dropping, nothing. No pressure.
You should see our last videos, the editing we do to them. If you do want to check out our older videos that we had, you can check out our YouTube channel at Indigenous Student Affairs.
That was a great plug. Excellent. Lots of good material on there, but I think we're improving every time.
Yeah.
So today is definitely our favorite recipe yet, I think.
Yes.
What are we making today?
Today we are going to be making a moose tongue on a bed of wild rice. So in Anishinaabe, it's mooj, and we are also using manomen, which is wild rice. That's my portion of the meal. Well, we both did the tongue.
Yes.
What else are we going to be having with that?
Well, we're going to top our moose tongue with some homemade cranberry sauce.
Right in time for Christmas.
Yes,
right?
And we're going to pair that with a Brussels sprout salad with apples and cranberries. So lots of local, seasonal ingredients that you can still find pretty easily, right?
And thank God, because I forgot my lunch today, so I'm very excited.
Good, good. So what did we start with today?
Okay, so today we started with the manomen, which is our wild rice, which came from Manitoba. And because we are Indigenous people of today, we're going to be using our Instapot.
That's a beautiful Instapot.
Yeah. And if you guys do share our link, our live feed, or our video for this on YouTube or on Facebook, we are going to be giving away a free Instapot.
We're going to give a free Instapot to whoever shares the video.
Yes. No,
wow.
No. One person. One lucky person.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we're only giving one away. That's still very, very cool.
Yeah,
so they can have it in time for Christmas, make some nice recipes, make some jams maybe.
Maybe you can even replicate what we did here today.
Ooh, lovely.
So what we did was we took 1 cup of the wild rice. We put it into our Instapot. We added 1 cup and 1/3 of water with a little bit of salt. We kind of did it by eye. We didn't measure it, so salt to taste. We hit the pressure cook button on our Instapot. And then we set it for 20 minutes with a 10-minute slow release. So our rice is actually cooked. It's just slow releasing pressure right now. And we're moving on to our cranberry sauce.
That's really exciting. Yeah. Okay, so cranberry sauce will take a little longer compared to some of the other things.
Yep.
And we're making it from scratch. And it's actually very easy. So we're going to start off with some frozen cranberries. So just lovely here.
Yeah.
And we're going to eyeball it like we do everything else. So that's a good sizzle there. And we're going to let these sweat a little bit, and they're going to get smaller.
Perfect.
So,
do we add any water?
Well, of course.
Oh,
like you could just leave it, I think, but always add a little bit so you don't get any scalding in the bottom.
Perfect. So sorry, did you say jelly or jam?
Well, we're making sauce.
Oh yeah, sauce.
Yes. So you could do like a cranberry jelly, which tends to be very smooth and almost like a Jell-O consistency. This is my favorite because it has some nice texture. And you see some of these are going to pop as they cook, and then you can still have some whole cranberries in there. So,
oh my God, it smells great
already. So I asked my mom, how do you make yours? And she said a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, Claire.
Classic. Classic. So I'm going to add some sugar. She didn't say how much. It depends on the person. Some people like it a little bit more like sour. Some people like it a little bit more sweet.
You know what? Our cooking show is very trial and error. We learn as we go.
And we'll eat anything. That's the benefit, right? So you mix that up.
Perfect.
And we're going to let that simmer, and we're going to check on it from time to time. Our heat plate right now is at like 7. Okay. So a medium-high heat. And you just want to make sure that it doesn't boil over, because that's a mess.
Yep.
And stick to the bottom, also a mess. So you just keep an eye on it as you go, and hopefully this will be nice and chunky and ready for the end.
Excellent. So are we moving on to saute, or are we doing the salad first?
I think that we can move on to the salad.
Okay,
right?
perfect.
Okay, so
Em actually shredded all of the Brussels sprouts yesterday.
By hand.
Right?
No, I didn't. I did not do it by hand. Do you like Brussels sprouts?
I do, a lot.
Not many people do.
Well, not a lot of people are like me.
You like mostly everything. That's why I love cooking for you, because you always eat everything with so much gusto.
Right.
So we couldn't find shredded Brussels sprouts, so we got fresh, and I used a food processor to chop that up as small as we could. You want it nice and thin, because it's not like the most delicious. What did you do there? What's going on over there?
I released the pressure to our Instapot. I did not expect it to shoot out steam like that.
Do you remember the old pressure cookers?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you went in the kitchen. Your mom said, "Get out of here."
Right. Well, online it said that it wouldn't do that, but you know.
So a little bit of a hiss. You're gonna let the pressure out, and it's gonna sit there.
Yep. For about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll eat. So,
Okay.
Shredded Brussels sprouts. And for this, you can rinse them in some nice vinegar. If you want to kind of like soften it up a little bit, so it's a little bit more digestible, you do that ahead of time. And you want to cook it or slice it nice and thin so that you have something really nice and easy to eat. So you could use any kind of apple for this. And you put as much as you want in there. Realistically, you can substitute anything that you want. But I think that the apple is nice and sweet. And the cranberries, dried cranberries, we're going to put in there.
Very nice pair
as well. Did you know that you can actually collect Brussels sprouts after the frost?
No, I didn't.
So realistically, even at this time of year, you could go into your garden if you had some Brussels sprouts left, and there could be snow, and you could pick it right off the branch, and it just gets sweeter. It gets more delicious with
Really?
time.
I didn't know that. Any other vegetables that we can do that with in our garden?
Lots of cabbages are pretty resistant to cold, and they actually get a little bit sweeter.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I think
if I go out there and collect my beets, no?
I don't know about that one. That's a good question. I don't know.
The snow came early and fast this year.
I think you should try and then let us know how that works out for you.
Okay.
So we've added just some apples in here. I think it's good to add sweet things overall in the salad because cabbage can be a bit bitter. And
I'll go good with our rice as well, right? Because we have that little bit of salt, a little bit of sweet.
Perfect. So as much...
And it just looks beautiful together,
looks
right?
really
All
nice.
the colors.
Yeah. So our dressing. Our dressing is pretty straightforward. You can do it a couple different ways. So today we used apple cider vinegar, olive oil, a lot of honey. So I brought in our homemade honey. We have some hives at home, and so you can tell that this is the really good stuff because it's really thick and it's like crystallized. So I like to just eat this with a spoon.
Yes. Em is a woman of many, many talents.
I don't make the honey. The bees make the honey. I kind of just watch them work and say, good job.
And she does it without getting stung. I don't know how.
I did it in shorts this summer. My dad was not happy with me. So we mix that up. Okay. If you wanted a bit more sweet, add more honey. Okay. If you do balsamic... Can
I taste it a little bit?
Well, good luck. Good luck opening. Okay. That's rare. Usually that's me. You could do balsamic vinegar.
Okay. I'm just going to do a little taste test.
A little glaze. And your hands are clean, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
You know what? I even have my hand sanitizer in my pocket.
You ready to go?
Ready to go. We also have some bleach water at the side.
Always.
That was delicious.
Was it good? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
So we just did a really simple vinaigrette for this, but I always like balsamic in here as well. And a glaze, like if you have a balsamic glaze at the end, that's really good. Or you could just put some honey. And because cabbage is not going to wilt at all, the vinegar will actually kind of help make it like a nice coleslaw.
That's the worst when you're cooking meals, right? And you have your salad all ready, it's sitting on the counter, you go to eat it at dinner, and it's all floppy.
Yeah.
Wilted.
Yeah, wilted. You need good timing.
Yeah.
So we're going to let this sit for a little bit, and we're going to serve that with our moose
Is it my
tongue
turn
and
yet?
our
They're going to
rice.
think I don't know how to cook.
You know how to cook. What are you doing now, Nat?
Okay, so now I'm going to saute some onion, some mushroom, and some corn that we're going to add into our wild rice. So, excuse me.
So if you didn't have an Instapot at home, how would you go about cooking rice?
So what you would do with the wild rice is soak it overnight because it is hard. Unreasonably hard, and then you either steam it or cook it in a pot for about an hour the next day. So we did our rice in 20 minutes, which is pretty phenomenal, without pre-soaking it.
So you could do that like after work one day, and it's kind of doable. All right, so what's going on here with our smoky frying pan?
Yeah, so this isn't a frying pan that we generally like to cook with. It's our second choice, but
So when you see that there's smoke coming off your frying pan, it means that you're kind of like burning your oil a little bit. So we probably overheated our pan this morning. But we want to show you what not to do. We want to help you.
We could just make an instructional video on
all in there.
All of it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we pre-cut all of our green onions, so we're adding that in right now. There we go. We're just going to let that sweat a little bit.
Smells good already.
I know, right?
Onions.
I love onions too. Okay, and then we're going to add in our mushrooms in a few moments, along with our corn. So
Go ahead.
So where is our moose tongue right now? What did we do? What was our prep for it?
That's a good question, because it can be a bit of a tough piece of meat if you don't cook it properly, right? So we asked your dad how to do it, because he was a pretty good expert.
Yeah.
We talked to some friends that had done it before, a local chef that helped us out.
Yeah, exactly.
So we did 5 hours in the slow cooker yesterday.
Okay.
And we'll send you a nice photo of that with onions, celery, carrots,
a lemon,
and some cedar.
Some cedar.
We added some cedar to that. So I think it has to cook for a decent amount of time so that it can really soften.
Yes.
And we're going to show you how to prep that afterwards.
And we'd like to give a big shout out to Adam Ozamek, who is my partner We chose this time of year because people are harvesting moose in October, November time, so it's a perfect time for us to be cooking this moose tongue. And again, thank you to Adam Ozamic for providing the moose tongue for us. And he did it in a good way by putting tobacco on the moose's head after you harvest the animal. So thanks, honey. Oh, look at all those mushrooms.
So we're going to turn it up a bit. Can't go wrong. Onions, mushrooms. What else are we adding in here?
We're going to put corn in here as well.
So I just turned up your heat because I can't control myself. I need to mess around with the digits and the stuff like that.
I get very distracted easy too, so I wouldn't have thought to look at that. So this is what makes us a perfect crew.
I think we're a good team for those reasons. Yeah.
So how's the cranberry sauce doing?
So it looks a bit watery right now because you see the cranberries are starting to bust.
Yep.
So maybe I put too much water. That's, you just let it boil longer. If you put too much water, you let it
boil it out a bit more,
Yeah,
right?
until you get the texture you want. Everyone's individual, and I'm kind of smushing it down to pop some of those. Yep. I'm sure my mom's watching right now.
Our rice looks amazing. Okay, I need a spoon. Excuse me.
Are we bringing leftovers home, or are we just going to eat it here?
We are not bringing leftovers home whatsoever. Sorry, boys.
Okay, we're getting there.
Technical difficulty, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Look at that.
Looks really good.
Perfect.
So now,
and you'll know the rice is cooked. Sorry, guys, if you look from the overhead view, our rice will split open, so that's how you know when it's ready. So, and a cool thing about the Instapot is you put the lid on the side like that.
That's lovely.
Right. Okay.
So we're both mixing here. My cranberry sauce is starting to stick a little bit in the bottom, so we're almost there. I'm going to reduce and do a low simmer.
That looks so good.
I can only smell cranberries though. The onion smell is gone now.
It is. I'm getting a little bit more of it now.
Getting a whiff.
So again, guys, if you're just tuning in, on today's episode of Jiibaakwe Daa, we are going to be giving one lucky viewer a chance to win an Instapot. So if you share our link for our live feed, share our video, we are going to be sending you an Instapot. If you live in Sudbury, we'll deliver it. If not, we will mail it to you just in time for Christmas. Your mom, your grandmother, your husband, my dad was a cook, so
that's
a lot
great
of
gift.
Exactly.
Are we going to give away a moose tongue as well?
No, that's something you have to get on your own.
That's not always easy to find, right?
Definitely not.
Really lucky that Adam was successful this year.
Yes, I myself was not. I went deer hunting same morning. I seen a deer with a calf. I let it go though,
It wasn't
the old heart.
It wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the right
for
time
either one of you.
But Adam did harvest a beautiful young cow this year. So, that's looking good.
It's getting there.
Perfect. Can we turn it up a little bit?
Yeah. Here, let's turn it up.
Amp it up.
Mushrooms have so much water in them anyways,
exactly.
right?
Okay, so almost time for me to add in my corn. Actually, I'm just going to add that in right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably leave that lid off if you want.
Beautiful. Look at the color here,
Now
guys.
I smell it. That smells really good.
Here we go.
Do we add salt or pepper to that?
Yes, we could by taste. Do you want to grab that for me,
Let's
please?
do that.
Shake it. Or twist it. Bop it. Pull it.
Pepper as well?
Yes, please. You know I
as well.
love pepper. Put pepper on everything, even my craft dinner.
Ooh. So I think this recipe actually called for scallions, not green onions,
Yeah,
right?
but you cook with what you got sometimes. Sometimes you don't have scallions. It was a little hard to find right now.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we weren't going to drive to every single grocery store looking for one.
No.
When green onion is just as good and more ample around, right?
Yes, there's lots of it.
Go out to your garden, you have green onions. A lot of people save their green onions, so.
I would like to be able to recognize field onions because you can find little green onions that kind of look like chives, but I can't do that. I don't know how to recognize that yet. Maybe one day we'll learn. So our cranberry sauce is right about there, and you can see
perfect.
it sticks. If I pull away, you can see it takes a little second.
So are we going to mash some of this up, or do we leave the chunks in there?
What do you want? I like texture.
I
like texture myself.
I've never really been a big cranberry sauce fan. Or
Interesting. How about we taste?
Okay,
Let's
perfect.
taste to see if we like the consistency.
Okay, sounds good.
And if we like the sweetness level.
Okay, perfect. It does smell really good,
It
though.
smells nice. Yeah, and it's really
We have
kind
little,
of
oh, just like that.
Sorry. You're gonna burn yourself. It's very, very hot. Just trying to
it is hot.
make me feed you on camera.
Sorry, I keep using my hands.
What not to do in the kitchen. Don't touch your...
Oh, that's really good.
Is it good?
I'm not expecting it to be that good, to be honest.
Yeah. I put a decent amount of sugar in there.
Woo!
Excellent. So I'm going to turn it right down.
Okay. Okay, and this is pretty good now. Some people like to saute their stuff a little bit more, but it looks fine to me. Em, what do you think? Want to do a little bit more?
I would do a little more just to dry out the mushrooms a bit.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're at 7 right now. Should we start peeling the tongue?
Yeah, I think we're ready for that part, right?
Okay, yeah,
so
might as well.
what's
Turn
left
this.
to do? These are just about ready, and
Yeah.
they're going to mix that into the
To my
rice.
rice into the Instapot.
Our salad is mostly ready. It's just resting over there, and now we have to take this tongue.
So
And
we've
deal
actually
with it.
never peeled the tongue before, so stay tuned.
So this is what a tongue looks like.
Oh, it actually smells pretty good.
It can be pretty jarring if you're not used to seeing a tongue. So we cook this in the slow cooker. You could boil it. I heard if you boil it like aggressively for a
Yep.
few hours, but we did a slow cook version, and it's pretty dense now because it's cooled completely overnight.
Yep.
You always want to let your stuff cool completely, and then we tried to let it come to room temp before we cook it. Did we Google how to do this?
Nope.
We kind of talked to your dad.
Yeah.
So we asked Nat's dad, and he kind of gave us one of those answers, like,
So I think we just start.
you go
wanna-
for it, girl. You go for it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do after we peel it, we actually eat the inside parts, and we're going to cut quarter-inch slices, and we're going to saute that in some rosemary butter. So that was a suggested pairing, is rosemary with the tongue, and then cranberries as well.
You know what, this is actually kind of easy.
That actually doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
So just a thin layer of tissue then.
Did you want to cut half of it and we'll each take a side?
We could do that. I kind of like watching you work. I think you can, you got it for now.
Sounds good.
I'm curious to see what the end is going to look like.
So you're basically just taking off all of the taste buds on the tongue right now. That meat that'll make it really chewy, hard to get through. So this is a nice piece of beef. I'm very, very excited. I actually haven't had tongue since I was a little kid, so I do remember really enjoying it though. Kind of shocking to wake up though and look into your fridge and seeing a tongue that takes over the whole bottom shelf.
Yeah, that'll wake you up when you're a
Yeah.
kid. But I think this is really valuable because so many people, we showed them the tongue and their reaction was, ugh.
Yeah.
And that's not always a great reaction because
No.
it's food.
Exactly, right?
It's valuable meat. It can be used.
And how many times do people go moose hunting, deer hunting, even with their cattle?
Yeah.
And this really good piece of meat goes to waste.
Yeah. Wow, that actually comes off really nicely.
Right, I know.
So that's why they said cool it off
Yep,
completely.
yeah,
if you
yeah,
do
yeah.
it hot,
It probably
kinda
would've
just
stuck a little
falls
bit, eh?
apart
Yeah.
probably. And so what other parts could you eat? So organs, like that's another
you can
thing.
eat the nose.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do a moose hock stew.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah,
Cooking
yeah.
the whole head, I bet you'd get really nice tender meats.
exactly.
Lots of good fat in there.
Yeah.
I actually have a deer liver and a deer heart ready for one of our Jiibaakwe Daa
Yes.
episodes. So those are all valuable cuts of meat that we should be consuming, and I think we need to destigmatize.
Right. And in our comment section, guys, please share with us any other things that you might know that you can harvest off a moose, deer, any wild type of meat that we can utilize. Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
Want to switch spots real
No,
quick?
I'm your sous chef right now. I like it. It's good.
It's my first time having a sous chef. It is a little difficult to try to get underneath it.
So that's a really big muscle there. That's probably got some texture in there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
there we go.
Oh, that looks like nice.
Yeah, look at that.
That looks
Look at
like
that
a
meat.
nice piece of roast
Yes.
beef.
It really does.
I'm very excited.
Almost done here, guys.
You can put it in here when you're done.
Okay.
So I'm going to move our cranberry sauce off to the
There we
side.
go. Probably would have helped if it didn't break my thumbnail last night.
Oh, yeah,
I have no thumbnail happening with
prime
this.
tool.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you excited to eat?
I am very excited to eat. I actually didn't have breakfast in anticipation for our meal today.
Same,
So.
same. Did not bring a lunch.
Right.
I've had tongue. The only time I've ever had tongue was in a taco form.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice tender meat to go on a taco. I had ox tongue and beef tongue like that.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be a nice
Yeah, exactly.
added.
So my dad's favorite way to eat tongue is cutting a 1/4 inch strips of it, putting it on a sandwich or a cracker with some mustard. So
Yeah, that
make
seems
it a little
pretty
sandwich, a little tongue sandwich.
straightforward but delicious.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so now we're getting sticking in there,
Yep.
so I think that means we're right about at the right
Yeah,
place.
So if you want to help me, just dump that into my Instapot. The Instapot has a removable bowl in it. So whenever you're sauteing anything like this, just throw it in, get it out of the way, and then we could utilize this cooking space.
And it's probably keeping this rice warm too as we go.
Yeah, exactly. It has a keep warm option in as well.
You can make yogurt in this thing. You can sprout seeds, I
That's
saw.
crazy.
I've never tried it, but I heard that you
There's
can
a
do
lot
that.
of very handy things you can do with that Instapot. And we are also going to share a video on how to use an Instapot. You should have seen me freaking out because it came with another seal. I had no idea where this was supposed to go when I was putting it together until I watched the video stating that it had an extra seal.
It's user-friendly.
Yes.
User-friendly enough, right? So I'm going to mix this. So, do you see this frying pan? Should I wash it?
I think that's Pasqua's problem
No,
now.
I'm not even going to wash it. I'm not going to wash it
kidding.
because it probably has all of that delicious flavor from all of these things.
Yep.
I feel like it'll probably just add some nice flavor to
Yeah, of
the
course.
moose tongue, right? So it's on really low right now.
Okay.
Should I close the lid on this? Oh, that looks really nice, Nat.
Right?
Looks beautiful.
I know, I'm so excited. Okay. And this is almost done, guys. Just give me a few more seconds here.
Yeah.
The under tongue is a little hard to peel, I must say.
Okay.
The top of the tongue, very easy.
Looks like a thick skin there.
Yeah.
So,
Here, do you want to cut it and start?
sure.
I'll take cut from here.
Cut there, and then you'll keep peeling there.
Yeah. Oh, a little higher up.
There.
Right there. Perfect. Look at that.
Beautiful. So I think we didn't cook it over too much yesterday. So that's
No,
great.
and so you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
it depends on how you like your meat cooked. I'm a rare person, so that nice pink in there, beautiful.
Yeah, it has some nice flavor,
Beautiful.
lots of nice fat, and it's really cool to see the tissue. Like this muscle does a lot of work.
Yes,
you know?
100%.
So we're gonna go. What do you
Just
think?
like the heart as well. Yep.
That's
good.
Just by cutting it, you can
Yep.
feel the amazing texture. Wow. So I'm kind of cutting on an angle there, but that's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
know,
great to see.
right? And so nice that we're utilizing parts of the moose that you wouldn't think to. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I'm going to start doing this all the time. My friend Crystal Pitawanaquit was just asking that I cook her this. So
Nice.
yeah, so I will be
This
doing
is
that.
your practice run, right?
Exactly.
So we're gonna saute. So that means just like rapidly warming
Knife.
it, cooking it.
Can I use this knife?
Yeah. Detail work, beautiful. So our pan is at about, let's say mid-range. And we're gonna use this butter. So Nat was talking about my fancy butter earlier. Let's take this out of the way.
Yep, sorry. Very bad for that.
All that hair.
Yeah.
So what I actually have is some thyme and rosemary butter that I made this summer. So at the end of the season, a great tip, because you can't use all your fresh herbs often, you have too much. So you can harvest it at the end of the season. Smell that.
Oh my god, that smells amazing. She makes little butter bricks.
So you melt your butter, you mix
So
in
cool.
garlic, thyme, rosemary,
Okay, there we go.
chives.
Tongue ready.
Beautiful. And so what we're going to do is just plop that in the middle. And so this is, we're using a decent amount of herbs in this.
Oh, that looks great.
All fresh. So we're going to let that's not melting fast enough. It's got to heat up that pan. And saute means, in French, it means to jump. You make your food jump in the pan. That's what that's
Ooh,
called.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I did not know that.
So we want to probably cook
There
it
we go.
rapidly enough, eh?
Perfect. Yeah.
Let's wait for that a little bit.
Me and Em were actually just talking about the market that happens up at York.
Yeah.
And we were just saying, She should be out there selling her butters.
Don't give my idea away. Watch, I'm going to have butter competition next year. Maybe somebody's already doing it.
I don't know. Nobody makes butter like you do.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, that actually smells
It
phenomenal.
smells really great,
My
yeah.
mouth is actually
Smells
starting
fresh.
to water.
Smells really fresh. I just put it into ice cube trays, let it set, and then you use them all year round. You're ready. Ready, Freddy.
Okay, so I'm going to start. Do you want to plate some of the
Well,
stuff
you want to
we're
put that
waiting?
in there, and then we will start plating.
Perfect.
So this is going to be really quick, right?
Yep. You want to do all
Go
of it
for
or
it.
just a couple pieces?
Oh, I think we should, yeah.
Yeah, all of
Cook
it?
it all.
Okay. Just going to trim that.
And then we have a little rosemary garnish for the, for the end.
Okay.
I managed this year to bring my plant in from outside.
Oh my God, this looks so good.
It also smells good. Get our salad. So this really did not take very much time at all. We did do some prep. We cut ahead of time. Yeah, 5 hours in the slow cooker, but you can do that before you go to work.
Yeah.
And with the Instapot, man, oh man, is it easy.
All right. Again, guys, start sharing. If you share, you could win the Instapot. That looks really good.
Keep your surface clean.
Yeah.
Makes for nicer plating. Okay. I heard that you're always supposed to serve food on a white plate because it looks prettier.
Yeah, you see all that color pop.
Yeah.
Pop,
And
pop, pop.
also apparently it makes you eat less if it's on a white plate.
Really?
It's not working. I keep trying.
I was going to say, I have a white plate at home.
Nah. Here's some little
Give a little tongue
tongies for you.
Thank you.
Let's go right up.
Yeah. Maybe a couple more on that side. Mix it around a little bit.
So it almost looks like liver, but I think it's much more.
Ooh, it's tender.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Little browning.
My little, what do you even call these? Tongs?
I guess they're tongs.
My tongue just went right into it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think Adam's gonna bring the tongue home every year now.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to cook a little more?
Yeah, a little more.
Yeah.
That one looks beautiful. Those
Yeah.
two are so pretty.
Okay,
You always
perfect.
pick the nicest ones for your plate, though.
Right.
That's the one you take your photo of Instagram and share with your friends. Be like, I eat like this all the time.
Oh, that one's cooking a little more.
Oh,
on
looks
that
good.
side.
Looks really good. And the butter like helps it brown. If you didn't want it to brown or like
Yeah.
fry it, you could use oil as well. If you're a dairy-free person,
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. So you're almost ready to plate, guys.
let's do a little
Okay.
little mound. If you wanted with your salad too, you could be adding like pumpkin seeds
Yeah.
or
I'm
a
a
little
big
crunch.
fan of adding
Yeah.
nuts into mine.
Yeah. Same.
Bed of rice, right?
Oh, so pretty. Yeah. Do a little plop. Oh, do you have a nice spoon for it?
Yep. Oh my goodness. Are you excited, Bill? Bill's the guy that's filming all this for us. Big shout out to Bill.
Thank you.
Bill for doing this. Bill Sanders.
He's here for the food. Let's be honest.
And the laughs too.
Yes.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And honestly, this is so healthy.
Right?
It's really, really healthy. The most unhealthy thing is maybe the butter. Yeah, it's really high now.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Ready?
go.
There we go. Okay.
That is so pretty.
Right?
All
Okay, I'm gonna
right.
turn this off. In the meantime,
And do a little dollop. Just a little. And then you want to do like a little swirl. Wonder if I can do that. Or am I just going to dirty my plate? You're like, woo. No, I just made it much worse.
we're not that professional
It's
yet,
okay.
guys.
It's okay. It's okay. You go like this. I wanted to show you that too because when you mess up, you have to wipe it off. That's how you do it.
Okay,
Always
maybe
have-
we are professional.
No, we're not. Not even close.
Okay, are you done? I want to eat it.
I want to take a photo.
Okay.
Okay. So realistically, you should probably let your tongue like rest for a few moments, but
Okay.
you would bring it to your guests. Are you ready for your taste test?
I am.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I turned
that's
it off.
cooked.
Oh, I thought I turned it off. That's why you need a buddy in the kitchen. Are you going to take a picture of it?
After. We'll make
Okay.
another plate. Let's taste first. You're the official taste tester. That's a nice texture.
My goodness.
Let me get in here.
Oh my God. That's so tender, guys.
Did you get the perfect bite with the rice?
I did.
Wow.
I think the rice is good. It could be cooked a little bit more. So in the Instapot, I maybe would have put it in for 10 more minutes if you like a little softer. Good though, really good. That's really good.
I like the rice like that.
Do you?
It's firm.
I like mine a little mushier. Fabulous.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for joining us on Jiibaakwe Daa. Let me finish my chili first.
No. It's so good. What's your favorite part?
I'd have to say the moose tongue with the cranberry sauce. I'm actually a little surprised at how much I'm digging the cranberry sauce paired with the meat. Very, very good.
It's so rich. The tongue is like such a rich cut of meat. So it goes really nice together.
Perfect. So, if you are at Laurentian, we are going to maybe make a couple plates for some people.
Yes, if you want to come do a taste test if you're on campus.
Please wear your masks.
And otherwise, I really hope that you have a chance to try this out at home.
For sure.
And then again, tell us about our Instapot one last time so people can get a chance to win something delicious.
So please share our Instapot. Please share our live feed on Facebook for a chance to win an Instapot. We have one that's going to be going out tomorrow. So share. Even if this is done, share it afterwards. That's all you need to do is make one share, and we'll put your name in.
So this is perfect for students, perfect for a family.
Community members.
Yeah, great gifts.
Yes, exactly.
So that's one aspect. You definitely want to bring this home, but also don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and try some of our recipes, and hopefully you'll be able to send us in some examples of some nice organs and tongue and face meat that you might use in your recipes. Face meat.
That's my favorite part of this whole episode.
Yum.
Okay. Stop the joining us.